Hello everyone, this is Ronnie with another important video, and Happy New Year to everyone. Hope everyone's doing well and hope you're all going raw this year. Excellent, well done. Thank you, great, let's go. Now I'm sure that some of you are doing whatever else you're doing, but about the raw food diet, because I primarily talk about that on this channel, I was reminded today of the importance of a very basic lesson which many people just don't get. You just never accept this, never fully accept or understand or believe this, right? So raw food diet. Myself and Aubrey, we came back from Liverpool. We were in Liverpool for a couple of days, and she makes a recipe, raw food recipe from, I don't know, a website or somewhere, and it's a raw food pad thai, and she makes it, and it's got a dressing. It's just a simple, it's like noodles, kind of courgette noodles, bean sprouts, like mixed vegetables and stuff like that. But the sauce is like peanut butter, tahini, and a bunch of different things. So I basically never have tahini anymore. Tahini is not, to me, I think you should avoid it, to be honest, like virtually 100%. Nut butters, I think you should pretty much avoid as well, but we'll get into that. And so she made this, and I was like, and I tasted a little bit of the sauce, and I'm like, okay, that's really good. So I got some myself, put a little bit of the sauce on, but I kind of knew what it would make me feel like if I had this, like a lot of this tahini peanut butter sauce. So I had a bit of it. I poured, a fair amount of the sauce, but I didn't overload it. I just wanted to get enough in there to get the flavour around the vegetables, and then do that. She put a little bit more sauce on, quite a lot of sauce, and I was thinking that's quite a lot of sauce, right? And after it, she said she actually felt worse. She didn't feel good after it, and she felt worse than if she'd just eaten like cooked food. And I was kind of saying, well, that's why I was kind of like not putting as much sauce in, because I know what it feels like, especially when you have something like tahini, and nut butters and all that kind of stuff all mixed together. It's not a great feeling. It goes back to like a really basic lesson about the raw food diet that everyone should know, but most people get wrong. And for a lot of people, the reason they feel bad on a raw food diet is because of this, or they feel it's too much fat. Like, people love to give themselves excuses as to why they should eat lots of fat or more fat. Now, that wasn't really the intention. That was a one-off meal. That's not how we make things, or how I make things. It was a kind of a one-off, like a restaurant style recipe. But there are some people who that will be what they do all the time. Like, they start doing that every night, and you will feel terrible if you eat that amount of fat all the time. Especially because the vegetables aren't going to satisfy you, so you're probably going to eat more and more. You might add more of the sauce in, and you basically feel disconnected, lightheaded, ungrounded, and all that stuff. And it's 100% from eating too much fat. And yet you still have people who are trying to justify eating more fat in a raw food diet. And don't be scared of fat. It's like, no, you should be scared of fat. You should be scared of fat. The number one disease in our world that kills people, let's just say that again. The number one disease in this world that kills people, wait, that sounds, wait, I need to say that one more time, because I'm not sure if you guys are getting it. The number one disease in the world that kills people is caused by the consumption of saturated fat. Saturated fat includes oil, 100% fat, high sources of fat. Tahini is basically a saturated fat, in my opinion. Like, I've not really seen any studies on that, but in my opinion, it's basically the same as an oil, like, or nut butters. They have an oil that comes off it. It's just pure oil. And what's so funny is that people want to justify consuming oil and high levels of fat, and they'll find all sorts of reasons why they shouldn't eat fruit, or shouldn't eat sugar, or shouldn't eat, bananas. It's amazing. And if I was to say, hey guys, I do a raw food diet, and I was to get my family around, and I was to sit with a big salad and pour all this tahini and oil and all this stuff all over it, they would think, wow, what a healthy diet. But if you sit and eat 7 bananas, they'd be like, whoa, what are you doing? There's a kind of weird, I don't know why I'm having these chopsticks in my hand, feels good. It's a weird thing. And people come to the raw food diet and they're like, oh, I need more fats. I like fats. I'm a woman, so I need more fat. No, you don't. No one needs more fat. Like, who needs more fat in this world? What you primarily need to make sure you're getting enough of on any diet is carbohydrate. Number one thing. If you have a nutrition, a dietitian, fitness trainer, if you have any of them say anything other than carbohydrate is the most important nutrient for feeling good and for performing, they don't know what they're talking about. They honestly do not know anything. They've not looked into the basic information on human nutrition. The human body's preferred source of fuel is carbohydrate. What's the easiest form of getting that carbohydrate? The one that does the least stress on the body. Oh, it's fruit, amazing. Oh, well, so what kind of diet should we eat? How about we have a little bit of fruit and then we'll have a massive amount of fat? No, that's not how it works. Fat is never a food that should be a major source of calories for you on any diet or lifestyle. This is why the carnivore people, the paleo people, I know people that for years were looking into and explaining to other people why a paleo diet didn't work, and now some of them are doing a paleo diet, and it's like, but you know it doesn't work. You know it doesn't work. You've looked at the information. You've learned it. You understand, so people, change and whatever, but it's not going to work because you're not fulfilling your body's need for carbohydrate. We need to focus on carbohydrate, getting enough calories, whether you like it or not. This idea that I need more fat because I'm what? I need more fat because I've got low omega-3s or something. I come from the Middle East, so I need more fat, or whatever people say, right? But this is a basic mistake. And it's funny when people say, yeah, I needed to add more fat to my diet. No, you didn't. You need to add more fat. No, you didn't. You never did. Oh, Ronnie, people are different. No, they're not. I'm an expert, virtually an expert in human behaviour towards food. Every raw vegan, 100% raw vegan, not 90%, 70%, 50%. Okay, you know a little bit. If you're a 100% raw vegan, you are an expert on human behaviour relating to food, basically. Yeah, I'd say that's a good because you've had to give up all these other foods, So, and what you see is that people do the same thing all the time. They have the same reasons for not doing it. They have the same excuses. They have the same reason for that, why they need more fat, why they need more protein. The same stuff about how they follow their body and their body. It's not your body talking, it's all in your mind. It's addiction. If you want to get healthy, you have to break addiction. You have to break addiction to foods that cause disease. Number one disease in the world, heart disease in the Western world, is caused by saturated fat. That's just a scientific accepted fact. It's in every nutrition textbook and all these stuff. They don't shout it from the rooftops because they just think, well, that's just a part of life. Everyone eats meat, so it's just a part of life or whatever. But eating these high sources of fat are bad for you, simply and plainly put, and it's bad for you on a raw vegan diet. Now, does that mean you should be scared of eating fat? No, I mean, you can go out and eat this stuff, you're not going to die from it, right? But you don't want it to be your lifestyle. You don't want it to be your daily diet, And that's a message for me as well. I still eat too many avocados, I would say. To me, it's still the best form of fat. If you're going to eat a higher quantity of fat, you want it to be a fruit. You don't want it to be on nuts or seeds. You certainly don't want it to be tahini, and you're causing disease if you're adding oil into your diet. Now, if you're adding oil once in a while, it's obviously a very small issue, but oil is a dangerous food. Just like animal products are a dangerous food. They cause the diseases that kill people. Now, foods are not toxic, or they're not deadly like in the moment. That's not what we're talking about. You can eat an animal-based diet, you're not going to die right now. We all know that. Many people live a long life on an animal foods diet, on eating meat, and some people choose that. They're not that bothered about the health thing, but it will catch up with you. Like, just go to a care home. Just go and look at older people. You know what I mean? Like, it's like amazing to meet someone in their 70s that isn't on blood pressure medication, maybe overweight, got all sorts of problems. It's like rare, you know. So anyway, like, there was some stuff recently about nuts help to reduce your stuff. You know, I'm not into any of that stuff. Like, stay away from this idea that you should be eating loads of nuts and seeds, and this is gonna make you feel bad on a raw vegan diet. You need to develop a very simple relationship with sweet fruits as your staple. Sweet fruits. That's what you need to develop a relationship with if you're going raw. And if you're ready to like take that journey and go raw, then you need to do it right. And you need to do it without it being like, I'm going to go raw, but I'm going to eat all the stuff I used to eat. I'm just going to put it in a dehydrator and make it out of tahini and stuff. You know, you can do that for a little bit or now and again, but it's not a lifestyle that'll give you a good feeling. You want a simple lifestyle anyway. You want to have like sweet fruits. So that's my message. Fat, you know, the 80-10-10 diet is the way that it works. Regardless of whether you like Doug Graham or not. Like, there's a lot of people that just don't like Doug, so they don't do his diet. It's like, the diet works. It's funny that people do that. And some people were like, no, I'm the 95-5 diet. And then some people would be like, no, I'm a higher fat raw diet. I'm a 20% raw guy. They never were. They were like 50% raw, most of these people. And lots of people that failed in a raw food diet, I can't believe I felt so bad in a raw food diet. It's like, you were sharing on Instagram all your freaking every recipe that I saw you make. It's all this high fat stuff. So yeah. So you gotta stay away from the fats. Like, stay away from it. I urge you, you know, you're going to feel so much better on a low-fat diet. So much better. Because basically, your blood's going to be able to flow more efficiently. That's the main thing. The oxygen, the sugars in your blood are going to be able to get around your blood, get around your body, and go to the places they need to go faster, more efficiently than if you fill your bloodstream with oil and fat. So I urge you to stay away from this idea. And I know I'm going to get all these comments below. Oh, I like a little bit of omega-3s, and I need to eat nuts, and I need to eat this. I know you're going to all say that, but it's not true. It's what you want to believe. You want, like, I've been through some of that myself. Like, you want to believe that you can eat more fat and feel good. It's not going to happen. An avocado a day, probably not too much of a problem. I'm guessing 2 avocados, probably not even much of a problem with 2 avocados, but you don't want that to be the focus of your life. You want to eat enough fruit so that you're not craving fat. You want to eat enough. If you're not eating enough fruit, if you are craving fat all the time, it's because you're not eating enough carbohydrate and your body's just looking for food. Your body's just like, give me anything, because you're not eating enough. And that's the same thing if you're craving junk food and bad foods and all that stuff. You're not eating enough of the good stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. Happy New Year. I'm probably going to do a webinar soon about going raw, because some of you want to go raw at this time of year. I'll do a webinar It'll be like an hour long or something, or half an hour maybe, and we're just going to go over what you need to do to go raw if you want to do that. The other thing I want to mention is, okay, I'll mention that in a second video, but that's what we want to do. But I want to teach you how to go raw properly. I'm also I'm starting an introduction to raw food course, raw vegan diet course, beginner's guide to raw vegan diet course. It'll be me teaching for maybe 6, 7, 8 weeks with 2 lessons a week, something like that. It's going to be super cheap. I maybe won't even charge for it. I don't even know. I just want to get that together as a program, and I want your feedback on it. And then I'll maybe sell it afterwards. I don't know, but so I might ask for a small fee just to get your commitment, and maybe I'll refund you or something if you provide me with your feedback and what you thought about it and all that stuff. So, thanks a lot for watching for now. I'm glad. Let me know what you want for the new year. If you want more videos, more shorter videos, longer videos, interviews with other people, all that stuff. Thank you for watching, guys.